Hello everybody, Marty Richards with Richland Center Tourism here today. And I say this every time, we do have a real treat for you today. Just a really unique experience and really for our area vision. I think in Wisconsin, when you think about cranberries, you think first about Warrens, Wisconsin, and then northern Wisconsin. There are quite a few cranberry bogs. Well, we happen to have actually cranberry bogs right here in Richland County. Today I have Jared Lemke with me. Jared is part of the family that maintains, raises, grows, and as we're seeing, quite a bit of work to harvest cranberries. So Jared, first, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Real quick, if you can just give me a little background. The Carey Norman family is kind of the root behind the cranberry bogs here. Is that correct?
Yeah, so my wife and I bought this property in 2010, and Carey has always wanted to own a cranberry marsh, so we started with a little, probably quarter-acre bed, and we put some sand in and threw some vines in, and I think I spent about 3 or 4 years trying to get them to grow.
Just getting cranberries to grow.
Just getting cranberries to grow. So yeah, I think it was about 2015 or so is when we first started. I sold my first cranberries to the Richland Center School District.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, 2015 we actually turned a little bed into what looked like a cranberry bed, and then we decided to expand from there.
You bet.
Yeah.
And then, so the vines, are they like grapevines in that they're planted? Because I know nothing about them.
They'll last about 25 years.
Yep.
So these were planted, I think those 2 beds were planted about 5 years ago. This one was planted 3 years ago. Each one of these beds we planted about 60,000 plants.
Oof.
And that was all done by hand. And then you spend really the next year kind of growing for coverage, and then the year after that you're really kind of pushing for fruit.
Okay.
So,
Can you tell me a little about how that harvesting process works?
we flood it, obviously, from what you can see here, and then we go in with it's called a beater. There's tines on the end of it.
Yep.
So what happens is once you put water in it, you drive through there, the tines will spin, it'll pop the berries off the plants,
Yep.
and then they float to the top of the water.
Okay.
From there you have to get them all rounded up.
So this is like herding cats at this
Exactly.
point.
So you kind of all these floats, and you pull them all to one side, and you kind of horseshoe them all the way down, tie them off to one end.
Okay. It's usually much bigger, slowly crowding them in as they get out.
Yep. You keep pulling them close to the machine where it.
It's usually much bigger, slowly crowding them in as they get out.
Yep. You keep pulling them close to the machine where it kind of augers them up.
If people wanted to get cranberries grown right here in Richland County, they can. Can you share with us where locals and visitors alike could purchase those?
Yeah, so we sell a lot of our fresh fruit to Oakwood Fruit Farm.
Okay.
And then we also sell lots of local wineries in this area. Spurgeon Vineyards is one of them. They buy a lot of cranberries from us for their cranberry wine.
And then how many acres do you have under production here at this point?
Yes, we have about just a little bit over 2 acres of producing cranberries.
That doesn't sound a lot, but I suspect that is actually in the cranberry world. There's quite a few cranberries there.
Generally, we end up with, when we're in full production, we'll probably end up with about 45,000 pounds of cranberries a year.
Yikes. Okay. Right here on a county road and a town road. It's easy if folks wanted to just kind of see what's up during harvest.
Yep.
What time typically is harvest for
Last week of September, first week of October. Okay. That's generally when we tend to harvest.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is just to me, it's really unique. It's very interesting.
Yep.
We don't see anything else like it, really, in our area.
No, it's I like to joke that I'm the southernmost cranberry marsh, in the U.S. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I say.
Well, it might be, and you can claim that until somebody says otherwise or proves otherwise.
Right.
The other thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, Wisconsin is the largest cranberry producing state in the United States. I believe that's true.
That is true.
Yep.
I think Warrens, Wisconsin is probably the cranberry capital of the world.
Yep. Interesting. And you're putting your own stake right here in Richland Center.
That's right.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jared. Really appreciate you taking the time today.
You betcha.
So thank you for joining. You heard, if you have an interest in purchasing some of the locally grown cranberries right here from the marsh behind us, you check out Oakwood Fruit Farms. They're open 9 to 5 every day of the week. They love to see you, and you could get some locally produced cranberries right there. So thanks again,
Yep.
Jared. For Richland Center Tourism, I'm Marty Richards. Let's everybody have a great day.